Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Matt with Green Bar Trading here. And I have a stock here, TOVX, that is currently giving us some momentum. All right, you love to see it. This is a stock that we saw yesterday. This is more of a continuation play for today. So I took 3 trades on it. I'll get into these trades in just a second. Just trading 100 shares at a time, very volatile stock, made $40 on it. But I want to go into why was this even on my radar, okay? That's really important because it wasn't up 36%. When I was looking at it this morning, it was basically even for the day. But this was a stock from yesterday that showed some wild, wild moves. All right, so if we go in, take a look at this. This is on finviz.com. All right. This is the home page, and it shows the top gainers from yesterday. So these are the continuation plays. These are stocks that I put on my charts to see if there's any movement as as the morning went along. So we go into here. This is Think or Swim. I go into my charts, my flexible grid. I put on Lucy. I got XRTX. I have TOVX. And then I had the leading gapper here, BNRG. Now, I was just watching these to see if there was any movement. Okay, so Lucy wasn't doing much. XRTX was kind of just selling off after the big move yesterday. And then TOVX really caught my attention because if we take a look at this chart, this had a very big move yesterday, right at about 9:40, just goes into a bunch of halts. All right. So I'm very interested and curious at the time. So I go in, I want to see what the float is, I want to see what the news looks like, and I'm going to get into that in a second. But something that I really, really liked about this was after these big moves, right? Basically, huge move, retraced the whole thing. It grinded and then closed at just about the highs for the day. So it held its move from the trading day, which is pretty bullish. And then opening up in the pre-market, it was still holding its move. All right. So that was really something that I was interested in. And if you take a look at the 5-minute, something else that I was very interested in was you kind of see here this 517 up to about 575 right up here. Okay. This was where we saw previous rejections from the past 5 days of trading. Once it gets there, huge selling off to the downside. This morning, we broke that. We broke out of that. So I got really interested in the stock. It was also a reverse split. Okay, I'm going to get into that right now because float is very, very important when you're trading these really volatile stocks. Okay, so let's go in Yahoo, TOVX, type it up, click on statistics, and then we can take a look at what the float is. The float right here they have at only 992,000 shares. That's an extremely low float. Now, when a float is that low and you have a lot of demand, right? I go over this a lot because this is super important. This is how you can get those huge moves that us day traders are looking for. We're looking for that volatility that a low float stock, right? Little supply, huge demand from all the traders trading it can really make these things move, both to the upside and downside. So you have to know how to trade them and you have to be careful. All right, so that's TOVX. Going into my trades, let's just make this a little bigger. Okay, so it was a very difficult stock to trade. Now, why do I say that? Because you can see here these huge swings. Now, not only are these 1-minute candles very big, there's, for from down here, 550 up here to 6. That's 50 cents in one candle and then retracing. So the moves are wild with this stock. The spreads on the bid and ask were very they were very wide. So if we go back here, you can see you have 633 on the bid, 638 on the ask. Okay, so you have about a 5 cent spread. That was getting even worse earlier. So up, down. I mean, it was really, really moving very quickly. So, getting in and getting out pretty quick were the name of the game. And in my first trade here, now this was the first move right here at 832. This was the first move. Now, when I see the first move, my favorite type of trading is trading that first pullback, because I feel like on a volatile stock, getting that first pullback and getting in at a good price can definitely minimize my risk and then maximize my reward. Okay. So we pull back here on this 1 minute candle. I get in at 562 here, and then we get an immediate move up all the way to 6. So that's a nice move, right? I'm still holding. I'm looking for this breakout here. We do get the breakout, but you can see this candle. This is what I'm talking about, how difficult the stock is to trade. We get the breakout all the way to 620. I'm trying to sell this for the breakout. I miss, my order doesn't get filled, and boom, comes way back down. I get out at 588 right here. All right. So a decent profit. About 26 cents or so, if I'm doing the math right. Not bad. 26 cents on 100 shares is $26. And then what do? I'm looking at this for my next trade. I'm looking at a breakout here. So now instead of playing and trying to get that pullback, I'm now looking for a breakout. It doesn't happen. I have to cut my losses. I lose some money, not much, but I lose some on that second trade. We don't get the breakout. Now, something I could have done better on that trade was waited for the 5-minute setup. If I would have waited for a 5-minute setup on this would have worked out much, much better. So I have an alert set on my pre-market movers. It just gives like a little bit of a ding whenever new tickers are entering in here. So I don't see anything that entered in on the top here, so that's fine. So anyway, didn't get this breakout, and then I ended up trying to take a trade off of VWAP. It goes against me and then immediately comes back up. The trade there for me was to come back to this 620. All right. So peaking out here on 620, pulling back, looking to get back up to that, at least that level. And then I took my trade off at 614. We continued to break out some more. But you can see here, it's very choppy. 620s to 650s. And now we're kind of just hanging around here. It's still staying there, right? It's still holding up pretty good. We'll see how this does when the market opens. But I would suggest, as something that has halted the previous day, is to be very careful with this stock. I don't trust it. I'm not going to trade it anymore. I'm going to take that profit that I have of $40 and be happy with that. It is a Friday before Labor Day weekend. I was expecting the market to be very quiet this morning, and it was. This stock, BNRG, was at the top of the gap scan, has done absolutely nothing, even though it's up over 100%, hasn't given us anything. So was not interested in that. It was very quiet. LUNR also was at the top, not giving us much, right? So then the TOVX stock that I was looking at when it was up nothing, right? Like I had said before, That's what I was looking at. It gave some momentum, and that's why I traded it. But now I'm happy with taking my profit and then just enjoying the rest of the day. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you have any questions, leave it down below. I answer every comment, and I'd be glad to help you guys out. So that's it. I'll see you guys on the next one. Take care.